Welcome to the Natural Hair Care and Extensions Professionals. This is our academy that tends to empower you with skills from World of Braiding. Natural Hair Care and Extensions Glamour. It's all about you creating unique look and beauty on your clients, and that's what World of Braiding stands for. So the academy, which is part of where we start training you and equipping you with the skill, is all about giving you that knowledge and that business know-how so that you can turn whatever it is you've been able to learn from us into a business that actually takes care of your life. So welcome on board, and we're going to take you through a lot of things today. So today we're coming to you with something really amazing. You've been asking for it for so long. It's your ability to meet with us. And today what we're talking about is Meet with Joy in the USA. Again, we are going to be taking this to so many other countries, but for starters, today's particular focus is on you meeting with us in the US. We did this last year and the inquiries became so much. When are you coming back? Where would you be next? What date are you coming? So that's why we've put this video together, for you to know that we're actually coming this year and we're coming to meet with you, so we can give you this knowledge and skills that you've been watching us on video on YouTube. You can actually get to meet with us. Now the whole idea is to give you what we call a masterclass. A masterclass in natural hair and extensions business. A masterclass in natural hair and extensions business that will empower you to be able to work from home. We are going to emphasize on working from home before you start moving whatever your knowledge is into a shop. So your ability to work from home or freelance or rent a booth or work in a shop, start your own business in a shop. So there are so many good things is going to come out from this masterclass. Now the masterclass is all about your ability to understand the industry. Lots of people email us and tell us they've been in hair for 25 years, they've been in hair for 30 years. But from watching what we do, everything's changed for them. This masterclass is what we call the theory boot camp as well. This is where you get to understand business as it is. Business that really makes you think. Business that is not just standing behind the clients and playing with their hair. Business that you know how to start selling the hair extensions, selling the hair products, selling knowledge, selling skills, selling ability to understand the hair, caring for people's hair. So there's so much that comes out of the masterclass, and everybody who's ever been part of this has been able to change something in their life. We have so many testimonials all over the world, people who have sat in this masterclass and have been able to change things in their life. Now we're bringing this to you. And the most exciting part of it is we're bringing it to you completely free. You don't have to pay anything for this. But thereafter, you've been able to gain your skill is the next phases. So we're going to concentrate on you understanding what the process is going to be for us to come to you, and then we'll give you all the details. So why are we giving you this absolutely free? I'm sure you're wondering, there must be a catch, there must be something out there that's making her tell us she's going to give us something completely free. Now, if you've been watching our programs, if you've been following us, you will know that we have an inherent passion in sharing knowledge. That's just who we are. Why am I so concerned about people growing? I am just tired of hearing about poverty. I was watching a program the other day, and the program is called Why Poverty, and it was talking about what's happening in the world and why people there's so much disparity in our community. The people who are rich are getting richer and the people who are poor are getting poorer. Why is that? It bothers me to hear about things like that. Why does it bother me? Because we all have it in us to be able to turn our life around. If you've been watching me, I've told you so much about myself. Now this is two hands and we got a brain to go with it. That's all I say to people. With this tool, this is what God gave us to be able to turn our lives around. Now what's happened over the years is So much brainwashing has gone on in our lives. So much traumatizing has been going on in our lives. We've been put in positions where we can't think anymore, and so we're relying on other people to do the thinking for us. I want us to start changing that. I want us to start looking back in our community. I've said this so many times. The money you're looking for elsewhere is actually in your community. People need you. People need you to guide them on how to care for their hair. People need you to style their hair. People need you to braid their hair, to put weaves on their hair. People need you to tell them what will help their hair not to get damaged. And we get these queries from all over the world. Now we are so far off. How can we be able to help people who are so far away from us? We can only tell you things to do, but we will not be able to be there to actually use your hand or use our hand to tell you this is how you do it. So this is why we are empowering people with this knowledge, so you can offer these skills in your community. Now, I don't think that's rocket science. You will have an idea what that means. We are looking for people who love hair, people who want to make a difference in their community. And we want to empower these people with this knowledge that we have, so you can share it in your community and make money out of it. So when we then hear people who are so poor and things like, I watched this program and I was speechless. I was about to cry. People are desperate out there when there's so much we can do for ourselves. So that's why we are really coming to you with this skill free, because we put up the home-based training. The question was, how do I get to train with you? I want to train with you, but you're too far away. It's going to cost me so much money to come. I'm going to leave my family. I understand all that because I've actually taken on trips like this. I've traveled far away from my family and I know what it means. And so we put a package together and said, buy this package, stay at home, learn your skill, and then we will be able to work with you with technology, Skype, and so many other sources. And then we can then give you the certificate you want. But for us, it's not just the certificate, it's the fact that you're going to be able to really do what you say you want to do. And once you can get that, why would you still have problems? All you have to do is turn it around, which we've also taken you through steps on how to turn around your skill into a business. Everything is in that package. But we're still getting people coming back with, it's too expensive. I don't know what else they want us to do. So that's why we're coming. We are coming. It's up to you. When you do see us and you get to know what we're talking about, you probably will think again. But reality is, whenever there are skills involved, something that's going to change your life, I'm going to give you some facts, something that will change your life. People tend to forget. They're not looking at the end result. They're looking at, what am I spending today? That's why we call it investment. If you invest something, it's like planting something. When you put a seed in the ground, it grows into a big tree. That's what investment is all about. I do so many investments. When you invest, you get results, great results. So if you can stop thinking about how much am I spending today and think about what is going to come out of this money I'm putting down, you will see a bigger picture. But that's why we're coming. So again, I'm going to give you more facts and more information so you get to know why we want you in that class, so that you get to change the way you think and the way you see things. I do a lot of personal development, and we're going to come and really help you come out of this trance and start looking at life with a different light. Okay, so things I've said I'm really fed up with and tired to hear about is hearing about poor neighborhoods, especially for black people, poor black people, you know, allowing other people to tell you what to think and how to reason, and you know, so many things going on in our community. So we have actually, I did put up a video recently called Programmed to Fail. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It tends to expose all the things that are happening in our community that's really, really causing all of this. Poor neighborhood, poor family, poor schools, poor food. So all of this is what's really dragging us down, and I want us to snap out of that. So this is why we're coming to you with what we've suggested and what we've planned. And we know that if you put that skill back into your hands, you're going to take control of what your own life should be. So that's where we are, and that's the kind of thing, that's our solution to dealing with all this poor neighborhood, poor community, poor life, poor everything. We want to change that. The minute you put back your skill into your own hands, you then stay in control. You are now in control of who you are. And this is what I did over the years, because it helped me. That's why I want to share this with you. So like I said, we want you to put the power back in your hands by getting a skill. And this skill that we're going to be giving you, which is the hair business skill, is a skill that will be yours for life. And I'm going to again read out some of the benefits of once you've got a skill, what are the things that comes out of it, especially the hair skill. There's so many skills out there. And my attitude to breaking poverty is go into a skill. Just gain a skill. It doesn't matter if you went to college, you went to university, you went to whatever school. When you finish with the theories of these schools, this academic education, what you need is a skill. And then that skill is what you're going to maybe use your theory to convert around and turn into an amazing business. That's how I was able to do it. And I want you to also have that ability to do the same thing for yourself. So your future is in your hands. That's what I always say to people. And if you don't take control of it, someone out there is going to take control of it for you. Hence they are giving you benefits. Hence they are giving you social welfare, whatever they call it, depending on the country you are. For as long as you don't want to take control of your hands and put skills in there, someone out there will make it their business to take control of it for you. And that's not where we want you to be. So I'm going to read to you some of the benefits you're going to get from going into the hair business. What I did, I actually sat down to write this down. Again, we're going to put this information in the description box so you can take your time and read them and get to know why investing in the future is better than just sitting down there and hoping that things will change. We cannot live on hope. You have to actually take action to change your life. And people who do that make a difference. So I've written out 13 reasons why choosing a skill is good, but especially the hair skill. This skill can earn you. It's always important for you to start understanding where this comes from. This skill can earn you from $37,000. I will say dollars because I don't know what your money is and how much you'll be charging. Now, if I put that back into the pound sterling where I live, 37,000 pounds to 150,000 pounds per annum, depending on how you use it. We did a basic maths, which we've written out clearly for people who are doing the home certification program. If you were charging $40 for cornrows, which is the most basic thing, you can do 3 cornrows in a day. Cornrows takes between 2 to 3 hours to do. How many hours is there in a day? 24 hours. You can work in the night. Nothing stops you from doing that. So if you were doing 3 hours per cornrow, 9 hours out of your 24 hours, that's not asking for too much. And you charge $40 per cornrow. That's $120 in a day. So $120 times 365 days, which we are taking away. Take away Sundays. You go to church on Sunday. Let's say you do this for 6 days a week. That's how we came up with $37,000. That's the lowest of what you could possibly be getting. And then if you went further up to add more things, the home certification program is 21 different things. And we've just mentioned the one thing. So do you see how we know that this skill is an investment into your future? So if you're making between $37,000 to $150,000 in a year, why would $2,000 be too much to ask for? Or $1,000 be too much to ask for? It's up to you. Do you want to make a change or do you want to stay where you are today? This is a skill that will help you create damage-free hairstyles in your clients. This is one benefit. So if you are already in the hair business and you have been noticing your clients complaining, my hair is getting damaged, all my hairline is disappearing edges, my hair is not growing, so much is going on. If you took this skill, if you took this training, you would know how to care for your client's hair damage-free. And what would that bring to you? Your business will grow. Your skill and your career is very lucrative. I will give you some statistics why we know it is lucrative. We have 7 billion people in the world. And if you decide to work with just 1,000 people, you probably will not be able to cope with it. Or if you decide to work with 500 people, you probably will struggle to deal with that. That will come when I explain to you what the statistics are. But that's just to give you an idea of what your industry is. In this career, once you've taken it on, you are going to be your own boss. You're in control of your own business because the ideas are yours. And I get people who send people to come and train here, and the minute they go back to where they were sent from, 2 weeks later they left the company. Why? Because the skill is in your hands, like I've said. And if you are in control of your own hands, why should anyone give you instructions? So that's what happens. It's a skill that allows you to take control of yourself, so you become your own boss. Now, isn't that a lot easier than chasing dreams, going to work for someone, answering the phone, being instructed what to do? How come this report hasn't come on my table? When are you going to send it? Did you call this person? Did you not call them? I have worked in corporate life and I know what it is. I know what it means. I've worked in banking, I worked in telecoms, you name it. I've done work everywhere and I know what it means to be under somebody. And I now know what it means to be in control of my own business. So you've been your own boss, you know exactly what you want to do. And you're going to go there and achieve it. You can walk around your family. Now this is one of the most exciting parts for me, because there's so much happening out there, especially for women, you know, mothers like me. You have children, you want to know where they are. You want to stay in touch with them. But what's happening? You are employed somewhere else by some person who's paying your salary. So the person is in control of your life. Now you don't know where your children are. Living in the West has taught me a lot of things. If you allow your children to go out there and be wild and you have no idea what's going on, what is the purpose of your life? Because all this work you're going out there to achieve and earn an amazing salary will come to nothing, because when you come back home and they're not home, and then when you do get them, they'll be asking you, but where were you, Mom, when I was getting involved with all these bad gangs or bad groups or bad friends? You were never there, you were always at work. And you would think you're trying to help them by buying them the latest gadgets. MP3, you name it, the latest computer, the latest iPhone. None of that will account for what will happen to your children's future if you don't know anything they're going into. So this is why being able to walk around your family, to me, was top priority to getting into my own business. And that's what the hair business gave me. You can choose your own clients. I've had people that work in here and I don't want to work with them, and I say, sorry, I'm busy. Why is that? If you were working for someone, you cannot say, sorry, you're busy, because they will know you're not busy. So that ability to pick and choose clients gives you that, you know, freedom to be yourself. You don't have to pretend that you're working with, you know what, deep in yourself, you don't like this person, but let me just do it anyway. Once you're in control of your business, you can decide, you know what, I don't want to do your hair. I mean, good customer care says, attend to everyone, give them the best. But if you find this person is really, really not your kind of person, is irritating you, you cannot deal with it, sorry, it's not going to happen. It's your freedom, your choice. You can do that. You can choose your own prices. Again, the area we're in is a specialist area. ability to create designs and care for hair damage free, let the hair grow, unique things like that, not everybody can do it. Once you can do it and you know the ability or the power of your skill, of your hands on your client's hair, why can you choose your price? And that's why here in the UK you have shops like Primark where the lowest type of clothing are, and then you have shops like M&S and Harrods, and this is where you target your market. So you can target markets that are suitable to what you offer, and that's where quality comes in. So if you put in extra quality, then you charge extra money, and no one's going to query you and say, but why are you charging that? So you have that freedom to choose your price. You can choose your hours of service. So you heard me say you can work at night, you can work in the morning. I had a cousin once who used to work 5 a.m. and she was doing other jobs. And so 5 a.m. in the morning, that's how she's awake, attending to her clients. By 12 o'clock she's done and she's off to her work at 1 o'clock. You can decide to do that. You can decide to work late into the night because maybe you drop the kids at school and you want to be able to go pick them up, and once everybody's back home you say, okay, this is when I start my work. It's your job, it's your business, you choose when you operate. So that's how we want you to be able to work, and this is the kind of freedom the hair business brings. You can choose where to start your practice. Trust me, you can work anywhere. I started working from my own home, and to be quite honest with you, I don't mind going back to work from my home again, because let's be honest with ourselves, you can only attend to one client at a time. I'm not encouraging this kind of attitude. You go into salons and someone's just put water in your hair and leave you there, and then attend chemicals onto the other person's hair and leave that person there, and then the hair gets burnt and this person's getting angry, and then you're telling the other one, you sit down. You don't want to do that. If you do that, you're going to lose the 3 clients. The way I work is purely by appointment only. The minute you walk in, I am completely working with you. Now that's the way you want to work. And so if this is the case, why do you need a huge salon? I don't mind having a salon, but I don't see the point of it if it's all about you and your family. But if you want to run a business with lots of staff and all of that, that's fantastic. Set up the business, set it all up, have your staff telling them what to do. Again, you will have to be careful because not everybody in your salon, your staff, is there for your interest. So if you decide I want to work alone and do my own thing, the calculations we made is based on one person working. We're not talking about you having a staff. And so imagine if you're looking at 4 or 5 people working, how much money that would be. But if you were looking at just you working, this is the type of money you could be making. And so you decided to just work from home, no stress, worrying yourself about how much you pay for rent, how much you're going to give to the council for the rate or for the business rate, how much you're paying for your business electricity, how much you're paying for. All of that are choices you have to make. If you haven't been able to go to the bank and get a loan to do all of that, you don't have to do it. Because once you've got your scale in your hands, all you need is a comb and you're ready to work. So why do you have to worry about where you work from? You can set up just the little section in your house and you have your clients come in there and they sit and you get their hair done. That's the kind of freedom we get with this scale. So you can work from home, you can rent a chair in a salon, so you don't have to say, I'm your staff. I've got this chair, I'm paying $100 a month, I'm paying $100 a week, I'm paying $200 a week. That's fine. Those are your decisions. You can become a freelancer. So if you decide, okay, I don't want to be in my house, I don't want to work in a salon, but I want to go to my client's house, that is your choice. That's again one of the best things that comes out of working with hair. The scale of working with hair can be taken to anywhere in the world. And I say this to people all the time. You have this amazing skill. You're sitting in a section in the community where everybody does the same thing. Now, if everybody's doing the same thing, there's something they call a demand and supply. So if there's so much supply, demand will become less. And if there's too much supply, then you cannot quote the kind of prices you're thinking of. So if you know where you are is too congested, everybody is working with hair there, move on. And especially for you in the US, you have 52 states to choose from. Move to the next state. Look at what's going on there. If you find that there are few people doing what you can do, you have a bigger ability to charge the price you want. So you can use your skill and move it to anywhere you like, any country you like. So this is some of the things you will be getting once you know what you're doing. The skill you've got from this training is yours for life. And this is the part I don't get why people argue with investing in it. If I was selling you a pyramid business, you'd probably be excited and buy it because I would have come up with amazing marketing things. Remember, I did Herbalife and I know exactly how much money I lost in that scheme. There's still so many of them out there. Mary Kay, you name it. I can't even begin to remember right now all the various types. There's so many of them. And I watch and see innocent people invest so much money into these things. All you need to start with is a skill in your own hands. That's when you are in control of your life. This is how I turned my life around. When I had a skill in my hand, I knew I was now in charge. That's what I wish for you. Because if you have this skill in your hands, you can then decide to add on. You could decide, okay, I want to add on Mary Kay. I want to add on Herbalife. I want to add on there's so many of them, I can't even remember. You can add things on, but that will be after you have put something in your hand that you are in control of. That's the beauty of working with your own hands. So once you've got it, this is what I say to people, there will be no redundancies. Who's going to tell you, no, I'm going to make you redundant because there's no more money coming into the business? It's yours. You can decide when you say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It's your choice. So your business in your hands gives you that freedom to carry on for as long as you like. And another unique thing that comes out of the hair business is it gets better with time. So you're not going to say, you know what, I know how to braid hair, I know how to weave hair, you know what, my skill is getting worse by the day. No, your skill gets better by the day. So you're going to get to that point of perfection where you can sit back and say, I'm not attending to any client tomorrow. I've got enough money to carry me through. I'll decide when I call you in. I'll decide how much I charge you. Because I know so much about what I do. That'll be 2,000 pounds. That'll be $2,000. People are doing it. And you hear about the celebrity hairstylists. So again, depending on who you know, you might know top people out there. Beyonce wears braids. She wears weaves. Who are the people doing her hair? And so are the rest of the celebrities. Someone is styling those hairs. That person could be you. And can you imagine once you know what you're doing, that's your ability to touch the sky. And I know so many of my students who are doing that already. So your skill is very creative, means you are going to bring out the best of your creativity. This is one of my favorite parts of being in hair. I just dream things every day. The minute I see a hairstyle, I say to myself, what if I did this? What if I did that? And I'm thinking, what hair extensions could change that hairstyle? So these are all in your hands. You already have it, but you don't know you have it. So the minute you love hair and you've taken your training, that's all you need. The creativity you already have. Your skill does not require too much money, and this really surprises me. If you were thinking of going into any business out there, into any business, because I've tried so many. I've sold fabrics, I've gone into makeup, I've done a bit of photography, I've done beauty, I've done everything I can think of. This is the one area that all I needed was invest in my training, and that was it. My passion and the little knowledge I got from my training just carried me through. So everything else, you're looking at thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars. If you want into photography, for instance, you have to buy this huge equipment called a camera. If you want into videography, the same thing. If you want into a food business, you have to buy the equipment. You have to buy the food. And most times you make mistakes and you throw it all away in the bin. Now we're here. All you need is your skill. Now what we do, we don't just give you skill, we give you knowledge about extensions. We give you knowledge about products. So by the time you're going out there to actually practice, you know what you're looking for. Where is the room for you to throw anything away? Where is the room for you to buy major equipment? Especially with braiding, what else do you need? It's just the comb and the head. So you could be starting with the training head to do the practice, and the minute you've got that, all that creativity, you are doing it. The hair extensions, $1, $2, you've got it, you're working on it. It's not, nobody's saying to you, yeah, you have to buy a camera that costs $5,000. And I don't know why people are not thinking. You need to think. You need to clear your head. If I said to you a cost costs £2,000, I have put in enough to cover you for that. And by the time you're done, you will know that you invested in something great for yourself. Because for me, it's not about the money. You have to give a bit and I give a bit. You give a little bit to help me to come to you, then I'm ready to give you everything that you have said you want to learn from me. The knowledge is already with me. So what do I want to do with it? So this is where we want you to be thinking, because people are not thinking. They're seeing the money in their hands now and they're not thinking about what could be happening next. You could spend that money buying anything else and it gives you nothing. But when you buy this kind of training, that's your future organized. There is no way you're going to go home and pretend that you don't have a skill in your hands. You're going to use it. And that's what we want you to do. Your clients will never owe you money. The minute you already started, you put in all this knowledge down. You put this money, you've got this knowledge, you set up a little corner and people come and say, I want my hair done. Do you think they will come and say, can I pay you tomorrow? Nobody does that. Unless these are your relatives. And then you can handle your relatives. So you're not going to allow yourself, this is part of what I teach you, you're not going to allow yourself to let other people ride over you. It's a major part of what I teach. I do not want any of my students to go out there and look sad and look pathetic. You have to act your part. You have to come across very professional. And no one's going to walk into your little salon set up in your home or with a kit you'll be carrying going into somebody's house and look at you from top to bottom and say, can I owe you money? That would not happen. We've said your skill will appreciate. Meaning the more you do this, the better it gets. So it never depreciates. We said there is no redundancy in this business. So you're not going to hear anyone say to you, that's it, I don't want you to do my hair again. She has a choice. She doesn't want to come, no problem. There are 20 other people waiting to come to you. Okay, so I did promise I was going to give you some statistics and some facts about this industry, especially the black hair industry. As black women, we have the highest rate of damage among all the other races. Why is that? Because we don't understand our hair. Our hair is naturally coily. And there are no products out there completely specifically focused on the Afro hair. There's so many people out now trying to create products every day. I get samples here. Could you try this product? Could you try that? Could you tell me what you think? The weird thing about these people is they don't work with hair. This is what I found out. They don't work with hair, and so they sit in their laboratories, they sit in their shops, and they mix this oil and they mix that oil. Remember, I did a course on how to work with natural hair, natural products. I've done a course on preparing my own creams. That will come in future, but trust me, when I do something, I do it properly. I know the oils that are mixed, and now all I do is read every ingredient. What ingredient did they use? These people just mix up things and automatically sit on their high chairs and think this product is fantastic for Afro hair. They don't know the Afro hair, and that's why we're still having damage. That's why there's so many people out there creating more and more products every day. You would be able to work with your clients and explain to them what is going on with their hair. It's a knowledge I love to share. And so black women, because of the problems we're having with our hair, we spend 6 times more than all the other races on hair products alone. Now, I read somewhere recently and they said hair is the highest accessory for a woman. Now, can you imagine yourself walking around? Yes, we've seen some celebrities recently with very low cut hair. Not every woman can carry that around. And then we also know of people who spend $3,000, $4,000, thousands. You don't want to know how much Beyonce spends on her hair alone, or Rihanna. These are the people that everybody else is looking up to. Don't you see your ability to tap into that industry? Because hair business is such a huge one without people noticing. Women don't like to be seen without a good hair on their head. And I did a project once with Organic Growth Stimulator, and this man said to me, black women would rather be dead than not look after their hair. They would rather starve than not have their hair looking nice. That's the kind of industry we work in. So if you didn't know that, you should know that today. If you haven't watched Chris Rock's documentary Good Hair, go and watch it. This is what our natural hair industry is all about. We need to understand our hair. In the UK alone in 2004, black hair industry was what? 60 million pounds. In South Africa in 2002 it was what? $90 million. In the US as at 2008 it was what? 14.7 billion. This is just the black hair industry alone, or the ethnic hair industry they called it. And the importance of ethnic segments can no longer be overlooked. African Americans account for 12.7% of the US population and yield a purchasing power of 650 billion, which then was supposed to rise to 4.2 trillion in 2013. And I've given these statistics over and over and over. L'Oreal, the biggest hair company in the world, spent 11 million in Chicago alone setting up a place to look into black hair. If L'Oreal could spend that kind of money looking into black hair, what do you think? Why do you think they would want to do that? Do they want to invest in something that will never give them a return? And then I've said, look, watch Chris Rock's Good Hair movie. Now let's look at the world population. As at 2012 it was 7 billion. 80% of the world population are people of color, and that involves a lot of other races. UK population as at 2011 was 62.3 million. 1.52% of that were black people. US is 314 million people as at 2012. 42 million of the US population are black people. If we're looking into Africa, it's 1 billion black people. So why then are you not thinking this community needs you? Once you know the statistics, you can tell how much, if you look in your community. This is the mistake we've been making. We go out there and we chase things that don't concern us. So people going into cosmetology college to go and learn what? Learn how to cut hair, learn how to color hair. Okay, you can add that on if you already know how to work with the basic and the natural or the regular black hair. Not when that becomes the first thing you do. And then I get people finish and then they come back and they say, I don't have clients. How many black women want to cut their hair? Very few. Very few I have seen. So if you are going to learn how to cut hair, have you considered who will be your clients? So these are the things you have to take into consideration. Why is there this big gap in the industry? We've said lack of understanding of our hair is the reason. And this is where the training we give you will help you. We empower you to understand the black hair so you will be able to share that with your clients. And due to this lack of education, obviously the cosmetology colleges do not teach the natural black hair. I know that, and you know that. We are the only ones that make it a business to teach it. And so if I say to you, I'm coming over to you to teach you this, I don't see why you should not be excited and say, okay, if this is really what I want to learn, I am going to go and find out more. We still want to know our hair as black people. And there's so many people out there begging for help. And you could be the one offering the help. So getting this skill, I don't want you to see it as an expense. I want you to see it as an asset. It's going to be a part of you. Something you're going to be offering your community that they will love you for it. So these are the reasons. I hope I've been able to explain these things to you. These are the reasons you do not want to miss coming to see me, sit with you, and explain to you how you can convert all this knowledge into a huge business for yourself. Another thing I want you to also put on board is, remember, I tend to talk about so many things. If you've been watching our videos on YouTube, you've noticed we've been, touching various areas. Some of the areas were the African fashion. So again, this is another line of our business. We're growing up slowly. So if you love to work with African fashion, if you like to have clients that love this kind of things, like I do, I know there's so many people out there who have passion for it. This is an opportunity for you to come and meet with me. I'll be happy to teach you how to tie the gele. I'll be happy to teach you how to tie the wrap, the body wrap. I'll be happy to talk to you about the various, cultures that we have in Africa, so you are able to share that with your clients. We had people complaining when they saw some of our videos, why are you giving this kind of skill free? We love to share, so we've shared quite a few recently. Maybe with time we're not going to make them free anymore, so we don't get to offend people, because again, we want people who are really keen on going into this line of business to come to us and say, guide me. We will be happy to guide you. So this is another opportunity for you, if you were into this, to meet with me. The other thing we talk about as well is healthy eating, healthy food, healthy life. You remember, you as healthy as the kind of food you eat. And it's important to know that whatever these things are in life that you're looking for, it starts with your health. You cannot wake up in the morning to go and chase money if you don't have good health. You cannot worry about your neighborhood if your health is not in good condition. So everything for me in particular starts with my health. And we have been teaching you slowly how to start taking care of your health. It's a big part of what we're going to be developing. And again, meeting with me will give you the opportunity to chat about this. Personal development. We've had so many inquiries recently. I would really like to sit with you and chat about my life. I like to chat with someone. I need a mentor. I need someone to drag me out of where I have found myself. I say to everyone, there's a good reason. There's a great reason you were created. There's a book I always recommend. It's called What on Earth Am I Here For? There's a reason you were put here on this earth. Try and find out that reason. And the personal development I bring on board is for you to clean your head. Because whatever you present to the world is what's going on in your mind. And if your mind is not clear, if your mind is not focused, if your mind is not organized, if you don't know what it is you want in life, if you've allowed your brain to be messed up for people to tell you this is what to do, this is not what, and you're not listening to your heart, your life becomes confused. And personal development, to me, was one of the best places I invested in when I started in business. It's a major part for you. You may have all the skills in the world, and you don't know how to turn your life around. There's a popular celebrity in fashion that his story touched me, Alexander McQueen. And what happened? His mother died. He was huge. His mother died and he couldn't take it anymore. He went and committed suicide. Now that's the kind of thing that comes from the mind. If you allow yourself to be in that position where you are no longer in control of what's going on in your mind, the least thing that happens will topple you over. And there's so many cases that we've heard of recently. celebrities dying in hotel rooms because they took drugs. Some people completely rely on other things to give them strength to be strong. You cannot be strong by passing your power to other things around you. That's where personal development comes in. So I'll be happy to chat with you on that. And then of course the next thing being the hair care, which is the main reason we're coming. Hair care and hair business is also there. So you see the amount of things and the reasons why it will be good for you to come and meet with us. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. But before I go anymore, let me give you the dates that we have in mind, so you can start planning. So August the 19th, we are coming to Florida. We are going to be in Florida. And on that date, we're going to give you this completely free masterclass in natural hair and extensions. So you get to know what this industry is all about. If some of the things I read to you have excited you and have made you think, there's a lot more coming where that came from. So August the 19th, put it in your diary today, completely free, and we're going to be in Florida State, Kissimmee to be exact. Now if you register, you'll be given details. So August the 19th is the first date of the masterclass. August the 20th. Now once we finish with the theory, the masterclass, the understanding the industry, we have more things, because we know there'll be people who will say, but I want to know more. I want to be able to actually gain this skill. The first day there are no skills. It's all about the theory. It's all about you understanding the industry. And then if you like what you hear, which I know you will, coming from after listening to some of the things I've told you so far, you will be interested in the skill. Now this is where we're happy to take you through the hands-on. We sit in a place, you sit down with us, and I take you through the skill. So that second day, which is the 20th, introduction to hair braiding. That's what's going to be happening for people who register. So there'll be the box braids, natural hair. You understand how the fingers go when you're braiding hair. You understand how we section hair, because that's one of the biggest problems people are dealing with. And then we're going to add extensions to the box braids, so you gain that knowledge of how do I add extensions to my clients' hair, for people who are really short hair. Then we go into the cornrows. How do I create neat cornrows? How do I know exactly where to pick the strands of hair? How do I make my client's hair grow? How do I not cause damage on my client's hair? So many things will come out of that. Then you're going to add extensions to the cornrows. So you're going to be learning 4 things on that day, the 20th of August. Now that is not a free class. That you will pay for. But all the details will be in the description box below. August the 21st, we have what we call advanced hair braiding. Advanced because you will not be able to do that if you haven't done the introduction. So what's in the advanced braiding we're bringing you? It's a 1-day course. You'll be learning the loose box braids. Now only that video alone has, on YouTube, we got over 1 million views on just the one video. That's how popular this technique is. This is the type of braids that Beyonce is wearing now, the type of braids that Solange is wearing, so many of the celebrities are wearing. This is what makes braiding beautiful. It's one of my most prized hairstyles, and I'm happy to share it with people. Loose box braids, that will be there. We're going to be learning cornrows, Ghana cornrows. Again, this is a higher level 2 cornrows. And so if you don't know cornrows, you're not going to be able to do the Ghana cornrow. Again, another beautiful technique. It's very popular, a lot of this unique style is practiced in Africa, a lot. So Ghana cornrow is coming to you. Treating the natural, the synthetic hair ready for braiding. Now treating caniculum ready for braiding is a major part of braiding. And this is why I noticed there was a time I was critiquing the celebrities and the hairstyles. And I was saying, these people don't know how to work with this hair. That's what was wrong. People don't know how to treat it. And so they end up with hairstyles that look shabby. Once you get this knowledge of how to treat the extension, you can do so many styles. You can do the Senegalese twist. You can do the box braids. You can do Ghana cornrow. You can do the tree braid whip. There's so much that comes out of these extensions once it's been treated. And you're going to learn that. You're going to learn the Afro kinky twist. One of my favorite hairstyles. Especially for people with the natural hair. Like I love to wear my natural hair a lot. All these hairstyles are very protective. So in as much as you love your natural hair, you want to show off with it, especially for summer. When it's winter, the weather has gone off funny, and then there's no moisture in the atmosphere. You don't want to leave your hair hanging out there dry and breaking. So that's when these hairstyles come in. And the beauty about these hairstyles is they're so glamorous. All you have to do is dress up the same way you want to dress up, and you look the part. So you don't have to say, oh, because I'm wearing natural hairstyle, I'm not looking beautiful enough. It is down to you how you present it. And I've shown so many images with my photo shoots of how you can play around these hairs and be as glamorous or sexy as you want to be. So you're going to be learning all of that. So loose box braids, Afro kinky twist, Ghana cornrow, how to feather the extension ready for braiding. 4 things are coming out on that second day. Again, we always want to hear from you. So if there's any of these techniques that you really desperately wanted to learn, and we haven't mentioned it, but now you know we're going to be in town, and why not? It will save you a lot of transport money if you wanted to come to us. It will save you about that plane ticket, accommodation, hotel, all of that. We're in town. Why not? Email us, tell us what it is, and we'll tell you how much it's going to cost you, and we'll book you in. Again, for people with natural hair issues, my edges are getting damaged, my hair's breaking, my hair's not growing, all this consultation, I get them all the time. Now we're actually in town, you can come to me. Come to me and I'll look at your hair and I'll guide you and support you. So you feel free to contact us and book a consultation with me, live consultation, and I can help you treat the problem as well as take care of hair for that day. Be in the comfort of wherever I will be. So the opportunity is here now. We've been asked several times. We're now in your place. The ball is now in your court. Make the effort to come. Because if you were to take your flight ticket and come to England, it will cost you a lot more. So I don't want to hear things like, why are you not coming to Atlanta? Why are you not coming to Birmingham? Why are you not coming to LA? I keep saying to everyone, I am one person and I can be in one place at a time. Maybe next year, maybe next 2 years, who knows? But this year, it's come to Florida. Last year, we were in Chicago. So that's how we're going to be changing it. But at least we are in town, we're in your country. So it's for you to make that effort. Buy a ticket, get on the bus, get on the train, come. You get that chance to sit with me and we'll talk you through whatever it is you're doing. So the final thing we're going to be talking about right now, well, before I get to the final, is the same package we've shown you over and over. This is what everyone's been asking for. The home certification program. Certification, professional. It's going to contain 7 DVDs that says to you what you need to know about the industry, how to take it from zero to where you want to be. It contains 21 hands-on skills. And then we've given you the opportunity to talk to us on Skype, so we guide you through every step of the way. But for people who are buying this before we get to the US, we've given you 4 days completely free. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So in addition to you being able to talk to us on Skype, you've been able to get your certificate, you've been able to get all the things we've talked about, which if you've been watching the videos, we've put this up already. You're gonna get 4 days in my presence, me and you trying to understand your industry that you want to go into. And then another extra bonus, 20. We're bringing to you 20, 1, 2, 3, up to 20 extension sparks expression. This is the one hair I have made so popular and everybody wants it, and especially for you in the States, it's so hard to find. I am giving you that as part of this package. The training for these people who have invested, which we've already got quite a lot of people have already shown their interest and have started making their deposit payment, is on the 25th to the 28th of August. That's when we're going to be with these people. These people are going to get the very best from us. So again, it's up to you to invest, which I have explained is about investment. Because what you should be thinking first is how much I'm going to make in future, not how much I'm going to spend today. People make that mistakes a lot. Why am I spending 500 pounds when I should be buying my funky hairstyle with that? Your hair will get damaged in 2 days, but the skill you get is part of you for life. So these are the differences between investment and, as far as I'm concerned, wasteful spending. Lots of people in our black community do a lot of wasteful spending, and that's why you keep hearing about us being so poor, because we spend our money on frivolous things. We will buy hair extensions for $3,000. I've seen it. But when you say to the same black woman, go and spend $3,000 to gain knowledge to change your life, no, that's too much money. But when she was buying her hair extensions for $3,000, it was good money. I said, think first how you make money, then how you spend money. When my kids said to me, Mom, I want to buy this, I said, do you have money to cover that? Because if you don't have a source of making money, and all you want to do is spend money, you will run out of the money. That's what smart people of the world have been doing, and making themselves richer and allowing you to be poorer, because we are not thinking how to invest. So I'm begging you in this video, plan to invest your money wisely. It might not be with me, it might be with anybody. Maybe you love food, you want to be in food business. Maybe you love makeup, you want to be in makeup business. Maybe you love photography, maybe you love videography, maybe you love gardening, flower arranging. Whatever it is, invest in that skill first, and then when you start making money, then you can buy the things you like. I haven't said don't spend money on yourself. We need to look good, but make sure you have the source of your income first before you start spending frivolously. So some people want to ask me sometimes, why did you choose to go into hair, Joy? Why hair? Why hair? I know so many skills I could have gone into, which I'm gradually bringing on board now. Fashion, personal development, health. But I chose hair for good reasons, and I'll share it with you. I wanted a skill that I would see my results immediately. With hair, the minute I braided that hair, I've done a weave in that hair, put extensions on that hair, I see my result now. And that's why I chose hair. I did not want a business because I loved fashion so much. My worry with fashion was, by the time I go and buy all the things I need, the button, the zip, the this, the that, and I sit down and I create that dress, and you walk in and you try it on, you say, it's too tight, it's too loose, I don't like it, could you do this, could you do that? I wasn't prepared to deal with that, because that would have been my money invested in buying the materials for making that dress, and then you don't like it. So I chose hair first, because hair, once I finish doing it, you don't like it, okay, so be it. But I have never had that experience. Touch wood. You know why? Because I consult with my clients, which is some of the things I'll be teaching you. Consult with your clients. Get to understand exactly what they want. You wouldn't have any issue with, I don't like my hair. So I chose hair because I saw my results immediately. I wanted a style that would not involve too much expense, or a skill or a career that would not involve too much expense. Yes, I spent money traveling the world to gain from the best people, to know what it was they were doing and how I could bring it on board with what I want to do. Yes, and that exactly was the investment side, which is what I've explained. Once you finish investing to gain knowledge, now it's time to practice. So many other careers don't give you the ability to do anything without you buying materials. So if you were thinking fashion, you still would need to buy a sewing machine. They cost a lot of money. If you were thinking fashion, you still need to buy all the basic ingredients, I would call them ingredients, but the basic materials to get what you want to do done. That still is money. Now with hair, all you need is a comb, and then your client brings her hair extension. How easy is that? That's why I chose hair. Because if it's photography, you need to buy a fantastic camera to start. If it's food, you need to buy the right equipment, the right cooker, the right pots, the right... So things like that put me off other skills. And that's why I chose hair. I've talked about a skill that would not require too much materials for me to actually share with my clients. That was the reason I chose hair. I wanted a skill too where my clients won't wait for too long to see the results of what I've done on them. So if you're making clothes for someone, she will have to wait until you finish it. If you're baking cake for your clients, that cake will be in your hands for as long as, depending on how long you told her, before you can show it to her and look at your cake, your wedding cake. They're all great careers, I love them, but I wanted something that I would see immediate result. And I wanted something that my clients will also just look in the mirror, wow, I love my hairstyle. So I also wanted a skill or a career that I could walk around my children. I've mentioned that already. If I'm with my clients getting their hair done and my children come back from school, they pop in and they say, hi mom, and they walk away. But I know where they are. We're all in the same neighborhood. Now, if I was doing other things, I probably would have to hide away. For instance, sewing. There are pins, there are needles, there are all kinds of things around. Don't touch that. Don't hold this one. Leave that one. Go there, go there. I didn't want that kind of scenario. But now that I've got all of these things done, I'm happy to move on. Hence, I'm looking at other careers. But you can add things on. But it's best for you to start from somewhere. And if hair is one of your favorite passions, if hair is something you love to play with, this is your chance to get to meet with us. And I am excited. I am really looking forward to meeting everyone who's been emailing me and chatting with me on the phone and talking to me on Skype. I am so excited. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. I want to create a world community that will deal with natural hair. And in my own little way, I want to try and help people to snap out of poverty. Because like I said when we started, it's in our two hands. The power to control our future is in our own hands. So like we said, every information about this is in the description box. Feel free to email us. Feel free to contact us on Skype. Follow us on Instagram. You know where we are. All of that information is going to be in the description box. And we're looking forward to meeting you. So, see you soon in Florida.